Hello.
Oh.
Hot.
Big yawn there at the beginning. All of a sudden, I just had a big old yawn coming out.
How you
What's
doing,
up?
sir? Happy Thursday.
Thursday.
Yep.
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Good day. Good day. Doing all kinds of stuff. Doing some painting. Doing a lot of domestic things. Been exciting. Had a really good interview with one of the creative people behind Clementine's Nightmare, which is not typically the normal kinds of interviews, just because the guy didn't have so much background in crypto per se, but Clementine is a crypto project around NFTs and IP. So we talked about gaming. We ended up on a whole side conversation about AI and Neuralink and the future and stuff. And it's funny because we had a conversation the other day about how long until AI is like implanted into people regularly. And shout out to Fozzie. Fozzie said 5 years, like it's possible. 10 years, it's like mainstream. And there's a book that guy read that specifically said it was going to be 2029. And it's like a mathematical reason because of how technology advances, and it takes like we can do twice as much with like half as much, like every however many years. Like there's a cycle with semiconductors and
There's a curve or a theory. It's I don't know. I'll remember it, but yeah, like every 6 months, computing power doubles or something like that. Yeah,
exactly. And then so that was where they got that. But I thought it was crazy, that we had just been having that conversation amongst ourselves on the show. And then it turns out that there's a book from an expert that is corroborating the same thing. And it's called The Singularity is Nearer. He wrote an original book 20 years ago that said the singularity was near, but the singularity is nearer was the book. So I was pretty excited about that. I love those conversations. I think they're great. Shout out to Third Patriot. Good evening, sir. And Crypto King. How are we doing? We're going to pump everybody's roll bags because roll is up. I'll tell you what, roll is up. And
Moore's Law, that's what it's called.
Moore's Law.
Yeah.
Super excited about what the future is going to look like. To be honest, I just think it's going to get progressively weirder and weirder. I think the thing that is going to be the hardest is threading the needle on how we get automation without just like enslaving the whole population and only having a couple of rulers, So if there's like which I mean,
we don't have to worry about that because it'll be our
kids,
our AI robot overlords that enslave us. So
Talos and Chad are pumping today. That is true. We were checking
up,
out our P&L on Talos, and we basically sold the top. So what we should have done is bought the bottom too, but we sold the top. We didn't buy the bottom. So everybody that bought the bottom, congrats. You've done well.
That's right.
What's up, guys? How are you doing, Fozzie? Fozzie is a legend. Wanted to put that out there. And beyond that, Desert, what's new? What's going on? Anything exciting?
Well, Bitcoin is fighting a key area of resistance that we've been talking about all week. And we're above it right now. We'll see if we can hold. We'll look at the charts here in a little bit.
Oh, that's exciting. Maybe we'll finally go up. I mean, I think that it's been, I don't know, dude. I just think it's been boring for too long.
Right.
And there's bound to be excitement when people stop paying attention because they're so bored. It's usually when things go crazy.
Fear and greed jumped up to what, like 55 today or something like that?
Yes. I'm going to put on some extra lights here in a second.
There they are. What'd you say?
So I'm going to put some extra lights here in a second. But what we should do is first say shout out to Promo Facey. Promo Facey is a Discord bot that we've been using for tracking points and engagement and inspiring engagement among our community. We love Promo Facey. We love what they're doing. Right now, they have a promotion where the first handful of projects will be able to use their services for $10 a month, which, you know, that's the most affordable. So good luck. But they have a lot of cool tools that they have going on in there. We love it. What's up, Jaleesa? How are you doing?
What's going on?
And smash the like button. We love that. Thank you, Jaleesa. Also, we have a discount code. Yes, this one right here. Crypto Nightly. If you're going to be going to Las Vegas and you're going to go to Rare Evo, you might as well get a discount. So if you use discount code Crypto Nightly for 10% at rareevo.io, you'll get 10% off your ticket. And right now, ticket prices are cheap, and they're only going to get more expensive. So check it out. It's going to be a blast. We're definitely going to try to be there. But, you know, time is ticking. Prices are going to go up. So you might as well buy while strike while the iron's hot, you know?
That's right.
Absolutely.
And then also,
take
it away.
No, you got it, sir. You got it.
And also, we're going to be reopening the JPEG Bosses Mint here soon. It is going to be an investment group. So 50% of all Mint proceeds will go into a community treasury that is going to be held and delegated into specific investments by the community. And then the other 50% will go into the Empire Treasury to help continue build out infrastructure. We will be doing Empire token airdrop. We got a lot of quests that are going on right now. I should have that graphic up too, but and junkie holders, boss holders, plus quests. So we got a lot of plans going on, but right now the JPEG Boss Mint has to be our main focus. We have to be able to create that working capital. So that's where we're at.
Soon. And it's going to be exciting because it's going to give everybody an opportunity to actively participate in an investing club, which means that everybody will have an opportunity to make their own decisions. Everybody can make their own financial decisions, but be a part of the decision-making process of the Treasury and the DAO. So there will be investment opportunities that will be presented to the DAO. Not saying, well, you know, there might be some alpha to be had by being a part of the Treasury decisions. So there we go.
That's right.
When, mint. Soon is the answer. Yes. Soon. And beyond that, you know, shout out to the Booligans and BooCoin. I've been hanging out with the Booligans a little bit, and dude, community is pretty crazy. For a meme coin, I think, you know, the ghost of the ghost chain is pretty good narrative when things start picking up. But it is what it is. It is just a meme.
Well, I guess playing off of that, you might not be able to give me a forthwith answer, but like, are meme coins dead? Are meme coins? Did Libra, because we were talking about this earlier.
Yes, we were talking about this.
Libra destroy the meme coin market and pump.fun and all the scams and everything like that?
So I definitely think Libra basically made an international global incident, right? So I think that as far as memes on Cardano, I think that they're not so much going to get the downdraft of Libra, but dude, anything related to pump.fun, things on Solana, and the other, I cannot remember the company, but I think it was Meteoroid, something like that.
Meteora or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so their CEO stepped down because obviously there's a lot of legal tension going on.
And then the other one is like the Kleiser group or Kleiser group.
Yep.
Isn't the head of that company, Malay's sister.
There's something going on there. I think it was actually some dude that was bragging about that Malay's sister's in love with him and that he was sending her money and stuff like that. And,
Well, that's the dude. That's
yeah.
the guy, and I think it's with the Closure Group or whatever, and she's like the head of it. Let me Google that. I don't want to be giving out misinformation.
You should ask Grok because Grok tells the truth, I think, maybe all the time. I was surprised because I saw somebody sparring with Elon on the timeline. I'm going to share this. And so they were like, even Grok, your own AI, tells the truth about how much that you lie. And I was like, what the heck? And then I did this. So it gave me an answer. But who has the largest speaking platform that regularly spreads misinformation and inaccurate information? Name only one. Elon Musk, which is crazy. I could probably ask, can you give a list of all of the lies with sources? Let's do deep search. So if you haven't checked out Grok 3, it's very interesting. You can actually see how it's thinking, right? So it says researching misinformation, request is about, and you can see its thoughts and exactly all of the links that it goes through during this period of time, right? Crazy.
Right.
Shows all the sources, fact-checking claims, right? And then eventually, look, it will get to the summary, which this has been super fun to play with. But look at how many websites that it's looking at. And it's
Daniel wants you to ask it. Daniel wants you to ask it if meme coins are dead.
Okay. I'll ask it right after this. But I'll 100% ask it, and then it'll do this whole thing. So
that is an awful lot of research there, sir.
Yeah, an awful lot. Look, 75 web pages. And it verified the sources. He held his dying son in his arms, but his ex-wife, Justine Musk, said she was holding their son when he died. Musk claimed his daughter transition was due to being tricked into approving puberty blockers. Anyway, so a bunch of nonsense. But the point is, we got 75 web pages. Let's see. Are meme coins dead? Deep search. So this will take a minute. I don't know. Is it exciting to watch? Like, I like watching it because it goes through a lot of things. You see all the sources. I love seeing the thinking. Because you can go into any of these at any point in time. Browsing Coinstats. Right.
Trading volume. What is this?
What are you looking at?
I'm in our Discord. I'm wondering why this person is posting in our games chat. You know, speaking of that, shout out to Shelley.
Yes.
Shout out to Shelley in Discord. She is the she is the gaming master. She has been so awesome ever since John brought her on. She is definitely on top of it.
So here we go, Daniel. Here's your answer. Meme coins are not dead. They remain active and significant in the cryptocurrency market in 2025. Notable meme coins like Doge and Shiba Inu continue to have high market caps, with Doge at over 37 billion. New meme coins are being launched, and predictions suggest growth, especially with a bullish market outlook. And then so he surveys Dogecoin, Shiba, Pepe, official Trump, Bonk, and their changes in price, but also their market caps, and they are, not small. So love this. It has all the sources, key citations.
That's a nice long answer.
right? It has all the sources.
Yeah.
Grok 3, I love it. I think it's great. Definitely check it out if you haven't. What is up, hybrid family? And Grok
Good evening.
is free for the short term. They're going to be adding
Right.
all of the other things. So there's going to be Grok Voice, which I saw a test of Grok Voice where it gives you answers. You just speak to it and it speaks back. It's pretty crazy.
And Grok is going to be downloadable as its own app.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
Love it. But without further ado, it's about time. Let's go into market update.
Before we do that, everybody do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and notification bell. If you are on X, tag some DGens, give us a retweet, all that good stuff. Oh, I don't have the overlay up. I forgot. I took down the overlay when I put the other thing up. But we come live Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. PST, bringing you the daily news nightly.
Gosh, Third Patriot, look, yes, we are. We're only reading headlines. It's just Grok had a lot to say. I apologize. We'll keep it more quick. All right,
Let's get into it. All right, let's get a bigger screen and the freshest data. Boom, we are up 0.1%. So not too bad. I mean, it's green, not red, coming in at $3.36 trillion. We got 24-hour volume at 102 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 58, Ethereum at 9.84, and less than one Gwei will send an ETH transaction. Bitcoin coming in at 98,342, up 1.5%. Ethereum at 2742, up 0.6. XRP down a little bit to 267, down 1.2. BNB at 653, up 0.5. Solana at 174, up 3.1. Right after we talked about this last night, Solana decided to do a little pump. Dogecoin coming in at 25.39, down 0.7. Cardano at 80.35, up 2.8. And SWI up to 15, up to number 15 at 345, up 7.3%. Story IP for the biggest gainer. And I have no idea what that is, but it just came in up 86%. Wow. So it must have just popped into the top 100 with a $1.255 billion market cap. We got Sonic up 23%. We got Maker at up 19.5, Celestia up 17, Movement up 10, Psi up 11, Radium up 8.2. Look at all these double-digit gainers. Nice. Near's up 7.7, BitTensor up 6.9, SWI up 7.4, Jupiter up 6.4. Nice. I like to see Jupiter coming back. That is nice to see. Mantra, always a sore spot, but it's at $8. Wow. So let's look at the biggest losers. Big Get token down 3.5, Telcoin down 3.2, Aptos down 2.2, Monero down 2, ETC down 1.6, Flare down 1.5, Lido down 1.2. Not too many losers. Not looking too bad. I don't know what Sonic is, but I bought that today. I've been watching that go nuts. So Sonic is formerly Phantom. So Phantom rebranded to Sonic, and it's been around a long time. It's its own. I mean, I guess Phantom was its own chain, but I don't know. They did something like scalability and everything like that. And Sonic is the rebranding of that. So it definitely has movement. It's a good coin to trade. At least it was when it was Phantom. I haven't really played with it as Sonic, but I do think there is some good upside potential for that. All right, so let's go to Bitcoin. Look at that beautiful green candle today. And we were down here. We were talking about it yesterday on the daily. We said the Stokes were reset, getting ready to go up. We got the green dot on the momentum, and that we needed to get back above this SR level at 98,226. Well, we are currently above it. That does not mean we are out of the woods. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods. We need to set some candles above this before we can work our way up to 102. So when we come down to the 4 hour, Stokes are a little overheated. RSI is kind of high. It's not in the oversold or the overbought territory though, but it is a little high. Okay, market cipher B, you can see the money flow is still coming to the upside. We got the VWAP stair stepping down and the momentum is pretty high. So still not looking too bad though. We could see it get up here and just kind of bounce around, go sideways. If we can solidify above 98,226, that's going to be the key, right? And as you can see, we were talking about this Adam and Eve, boom, boom, with the rounding bottom, and it is starting to round up to the top. Come down to a little smaller level, and this is what we're looking at. So we've been fighting this key resistance all day. You can see this morning, we pumped above it. Big red candle, worked our way back above it, and now we are above it. But what we need to see is a couple of candles. This is the 1 hour. So we're going to want to see multiple candles solidify above this support level right here. Stokes aren't looking too bad. It does look like they just, okay, so they crossed positive, but then they turned. You can see the blue line is turned back down a little bit. While the red is turned up. See what happens with that. RSI not looking too bad. We broke above the median. We came down, we bounced, and we're staying above this median line, which is good. And we talked about this yesterday, that this area, okay, this is your 50 mark. This is the halfway mark. You know, below 30 is oversold. Above 70 is overbought. This is your bearish territory. When the RSI is down here, you're bearish. When the RSI is above the 50, you're bullish, at least on that time frame. And we can look to see boom. As you can see, let's collapse that. Let's make that a little bigger. If we look here, all these times, see, we're all this below the 50 mark down here. And look, we're just dumping. We get back above the 50 mark right about here. Right? We get back above the 50. Boom. And you can see the price starts to pump to the upside. And the RSI is in that bullish area, and we have bullish price action. So that's kind of what I mean when we're talking about the 50 line for Bitcoin. Let's go down to a lower time frame. Let's check out the 15-minute. So I was watching this earlier. Looks like we got to change it up a little bit. So almost like a symmetrical triangle, but you could kind of consider it a flag. So you're going to look in this situation. Normally this is going to break up a higher percent of the time. But with all the uncertainty and what's going on in the market, and we're still not really in a bull trend, we're like trying to work our way out of a bear trend. This could be a 50-50 pattern easily. So what you're going to want to do, you want to get that, put it forward, and you're going to set alarms on this bottom trend line and this upper trend line, And then when that alarm goes off is when you're going to look in and decide if you want to wait for a retest or you're going to take the long or the short. And then that's going to be your measured move. And that's going to be the same distance both ways. So if we break down, you can see us coming down about 1.7%. That would break the 200 on the 15-minute. Let's get rid of that line. So this yellow line is your 200 right here. And if we broke down and we lost that, I would be looking for more downside. But if we go to the upside, same thing. You wait for the break, you set your alarm, you wait for the break, you set your stop loss pretty much right below the trend line. Let me make that bigger. Keep forgetting that some people are watching on smartphones and you can't see it that good. So these are your trend lines. Boom, boom, boom. So we break the upper trend line. You open your long, put your stop right below it in case it breaks back down. And then your measured move takes us to about a little over 100,000. Okay. But like I've been saying all week, the main thing is to turn 98,226 into support. And we're trying. We're definitely trying. I mean, we could have like a double bottom right here. So let's go down. Whoops. Open. I don't know why this isn't showing. It's kind of weird. There we go. All right, let's check out SWE. SWE had a nice little pump today. As you can see, while Bitcoin is fighting with resistance and trying to stay above, SWE keeps hitting its head on its resistance, which is at 348. So I would definitely, let's go out to a bigger time frame. I would definitely be watching right here because we don't care about this price action bouncing in between, really. I mean, it's good if we get rejected, you open a short, your take profit is this bottom trend line. We bounce there, you open a long. So this is good scalping right here. But the breakout's going to come like when we break this SR level. If we can pop through here, and then that's where you're going to open your long with the stop on the opposite side, and you're going to ride that to 378. And then, that'd probably be like my first take profit right there, and to see if we hit or get above. But that would also put us above the 200 on the 4 hour. Our Stokes are a little overbought. VWAP stair stepping down, just kind of like how Bitcoin was. Money flow is curved to the upside. Momentum can still go a little higher. I mean, it's not overbought. We're still under the 60. So it's not overbought. There is no red dots yet. So there is still some upside potential. The Stokes can stay up here for a while, or we can get above and accumulate sideways as the Stokes reset. When we go out to the daily, the Stokes have turned and started to go back to the upside. We got that nice green dot on the momentum wave, a little trigger wave right here. And money flow is flattening. What we want to see is that curve to the upside like that. So still not out of the woods. I mean, I know I sound like a broken record when it comes to this, but when it comes to trading, you have to constantly be on top of it. You know what I mean? If you're not going to put in the time and the effort, stuff can turn on a dime. We could get some bullish news, and if we're already in an uptrend and we get that bullish news, boom, it just skyrockets. If we're stagnant or kind of in a downtrend, and then the Fed comes out and says, the Fed minutes yesterday, if it came out and was like, well, we're going to continue quantitative tightening and this and that, then we could just see it go down, dump down further, or I don't know, say a country's president rugs a meme coin.
Yeah.
Something
For
like
hundreds of
that.
million.
Yeah, for $100 million, So, Cardano, I didn't talk about Cardano yet. So Cardano on the daily, as you can see, we drew this yesterday, this money flow line right here. I don't know why it's not showing it though. Oh, because I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. See, we drew this money flow line yesterday, and we're hoping that it continues. It does look like it is flattening out a little bit, but as long as it doesn't return down and start creating another dip, I think we're good. We got the momentum to the upside with the green dot right here that you can almost see. VWAP to the upside. With Cardano, what we need to get above 84. So we did. We were talking about this yesterday where we were hitting our head on the 21 and we wanted to see it get above the 21. Well, today, nice green candle pushed us well above the 21, and we kind of have like this red candle right now, but that is still positive momentum. You could even say this is kind of, if we go down to a lower time frame, it's almost like it's playing out with a cup and handle. Oops, that is the wrong. We're starting to form a little handle right there. Not a very good looking one, but we are back above the 200 on the 1 hour, which is extremely bullish. I do believe, so this happened this morning. I think we talked about it last night. No, where was it? The hour? Was it right here last night? Yeah, somewhere right about here last night is where we were. So that would have been right about there is exactly 24 hours ago right here. So we were talking about, once we get above this 200, expect a pump. Well, we got rejected last night, came down. We got above it. Let me make that bigger. Damn it. So right here, you can see we got rejected last night, came down, then we put a nice green candle above it, retest, bounce, retest, and then we took off, right? And this being on the 1 hour, I would be watching something like this to see what's going on. And we could be getting a breakout right now, right from here. Stokes are nice and low, which is a good sign. And that's going to take us up just over about 83 cents right there. And the Stokes are looking good. So Stokes are reset. We can see if we get a nice big bounce. The last time it came down here, boom, you can see we just bounced right and took off. We're at the same point. So we might be seeing a nice big bounce tonight. I'm still in a Cardano long. I closed a SWE long earlier. I'm in Cardano, XRP, and then my Bitcoin long, which I've had open for a while. So this is good. I might even add to this Cardano long. I have to check. My stop loss is set in profit already, but I might add to that based on this. I might watch the charts here tonight and see what's going on. Let's go down to a smaller time frame. So the 15 minute, we got the Stokes. The Stokes have turned. So I do expect it to come down a little bit. So I might just wait. See if I can add a little bit. But you got, money flow is starting to slant down a little bit. You got the VWAP coming down. And it's hard to see, but it looks like we might be clipping. We might be coming out and getting ready to come down on the momentum. Granted, this is the 15 minute, so things play out a lot differently and a lot quicker. So yeah, we're on the 15 minute. this trend line right here, you can see that I just drew. We broke out. We put in a shooting star. We put it in a shooting star right here. And then the next candle came all the way down and retested. See, if we're on the 15-minute, you could probably move that a little bit, right? Instead of using the wicks, use the bodies of the candle. So it looks like we came up, we came down, and then now we're starting to go back up. So nice little retest. I don't know. I like what I'm seeing lately. Let's look at the fib. So we're right here. We're at the 0.5. As you can see, the past couple of days, we bounced off the golden pocket, went up, rejected from the 21. Then we popped up again, and now we're fighting to get above the 0.5, which is right below this 84 cents. The safe bet, honestly, would be to wait until we breach 84. And then just like usual, open your long, set your stop loss below it, maybe at the 0.5 right here. And then your take profit is going to be at 99 cents. So that is the market in a nutshell tonight.
All right. So I have a whole bunch of different things that I think are interesting. I actually asked a question to Grok. Let's see if he actually gave me my answer. Okay. So I actually want to start with this article first because I just think it's so interesting. Let's see. So it is so hard to find on this. So hard to find on this. So here it is. So have you heard of Hawala transactions?
No.
Okay. So crypto-enabled Hawala transactions. The origin of Hawala is an informal, trust-based money transfer system that operates without banks or formal records. It's a centuries-old money transfer system, and it's fascinatingly controversial, originating from the Arabic word transfer or trust. And it basically works on simple principles of trust with no banks, and like they use people, right? So it's like you are in one country, they have somebody in another country, sends money to your son, who sends the money to you, whatever. Basically, it's a whole system of international money transferring that's kind of like a trust me bro basis, but there's actually like this has been going on for centuries.
Well,
right?
That's essentially what the SWIFT system is.
Well, yes, but the SWIFT system goes through the banks and stuff, and there's like, regulations and things. This is just like between just people. Like this is just like people, right?
Right. It's
like,
I have a so I'm a blacksmith.
Yeah.
And I have a relationship with a blacksmith in Europe.
Yeah.
Right. And then somebody comes to me and wants to have something made for a family member in Europe.
Yeah.
So they pay me. I contact my trusted associate in Europe.
Yes.
He makes the item for that person. And then eventually me and him settle our differences, whether it be by somebody coming to him in Europe and then paying him to have me make something for somebody here in the United States. Is that where you're going?
That's basically what it is. And I just thought that this was so interesting, just that this was like a thing. I mean, like not necessarily surprising, but there's a cultural thing going on here, Arabic. And then so what they're saying is that now with blockchain, some of these systems will come under scrutiny, right? Because there has never been any kind of regulation or any transparent system. And for that reason, a lot of people have used these systems for like illicit transactions. But I just think it's kind of crazy to imagine that, hundreds of years or centuries, you have this monetary system, kind of like the Medicis, right? The Medicis were the first ones to have an accounting system where it was just a ledger that everybody's ledger matched up, which is crazy. So
you see it in movies a lot.
Yeah.
like action movies, and like, you know, they got to go, they need to get resources, so they go to the criminal underlord, you know, the overlord of the criminal syndicate, and then they set him up, and they'd be like, don't worry, you know, you take care of me, I'll have it delivered on the other end type stuff. Yeah.
I think it's crazy. But so
Yeah.
I thought it was cool, and I think it's an interesting thing that obviously like blockchain solves this, right? This makes these things work better and easier. And so it's interesting. It's kind of exciting. And so what we were talking about when we were going over market update is Story Protocol, the IP token. It surges 149% in a day, 1 week after launch. And this is really interesting because I went into it. Basically, the reason it is pumping, it says that there's no direct reason they know for sure. But they are a blockchain based around intellectual property, and they created their own blockchain instead of using other blockchains to eat up fees. And so with that, they basically have a whole portal where you can put in your IP and rent it out and do different things like that. And it's kind of interesting that this has been a winner, because this could mean it already has its niche. How many things do we know in this ecosystem that are 100% around IP? They're implementing AI into tracking the use of it. And the IP market is $61 trillion of an asset class. So I think that that's super interesting, that this could be big, but it doesn't mean anything to me.
Is it kind of like a licensing aggregator or something like that?
Yes, a licensing aggregator for your intellectual property, pretty much.
Okay,
so that you
like a
can,
marketplace, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess aggregator might have been the wrong word, but like a licensing marketplace. Okay.
Yes, super interesting. So I mean, like I thought it was crazy to watch it jump up the charts. You know, I could see this being an important use case if you own the rights to Toy Story, right? And you're licensing it out to have a place where people can just go on the internet and basically like use your IP, get permission without you having to be involved, making money. I think that's pretty cool. You know, it's a cool use case.
Yeah, I like that.
So I don't know if this is going to go anywhere. I'm not telling anybody to buy it. I just think that it has a very clear product market fit, right? It's only IP, and it's only in the lending and borrowing and intellectual property and things like that. So that's kind of like, I don't know of anything else like that, right? VeChain at the beginning, I felt like VeChain was very much the global supply chain management tool platform. I thought that was their whole thing. I think that they've muddied the water since then, but I felt like it was a very strong, clear narrative. Ondo, I think, is a super strong, clear narrative, just real world assets, BlackRock, all that. Right.
Well, and now VeChain, so VeChain is now kind of like trying to rebrand as the RWA chain or whatever, when in reality they were always like RWA. So logistics, shipment tracking, stuff like that. I mean, it's almost, I don't know. It's like the only RWA play that I could think of from last cycle. I mean, there could have been other ones, but definitely VeChain was the top dog, you know?
Yeah, I saw a super interesting, and I mean, like, this is just about Cardano. I saw a super interesting visualization. I wish I could find it and pull it up. If I can't find it, well, I'm not going to look for it now, but I might pull it up later. But of Laos and what Laos is going to allow Cardano to do with the way that its actual like transactions go through. And it's so interesting because in watching that visualization, you're seeing like a ton of different kinds of transactions and pieces of those transactions be verified across all of the nodes like so quickly. And then so like the way that you're able to split up information and then have it all documented without everybody necessarily being able to see all of the information at one time, being able to pick the information you care to see is interesting.
Okay. So I wonder, And now it's going to help with like
throughput and being able to, and organization basically.
but yeah, like so you can put like multiple things into the smart contract and have them delivered over a variety of different locations, right?
Yes.
With all of it being recorded in real time.
Okay,
Okay.
so I actually found it. And this was just the visualization. I'm surprised it actually came up so quick. But so this is kind of like, so it's set to massively scale Cardano, increasing transaction throughput while maintaining security and decentralization. And then so in this, you're kind of just, let's see, you're watching these different transactions go through, and like, well, the quality is really bad on this. Does it look a little better now? The quality wise? So like you can see like all of the lines changing. This is the path that they're going, is just like once they have connected with all the other nodes. And then so you're watching the color changing of the lines as they've already passed all the information to all the other nodes. And of course, this is slowed down because Laos is going to allow for ridiculous amounts of throughput while maintaining security. And all of those nodes would be like the stake pool operators, basically verifying that the information is true. So kind of interesting. It takes basically the Bitcoin consensus mechanism and then speeds it up a bunch, makes it a ton cheaper, and allows more interesting, complicated information to be there. I thought that was a cool way of visualizing it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, no, I like that.
Nerdy. It was hard for me to get it in my brain. They have all these different metrics along the side, but I was watching somebody give an explanation. I thought it was pretty cool. So then this one is really, really funny to me, okay? Our friend Sam Bankman-Fried cozies up to the Republican Party amid clemency push.
He tried to give Trump $500 million not to run.
Yes.
And now he wants to cozy up.
Now he wants to cozy up. And not only that, but I mean, I think that they laundered, they laundered, I think it was like $1 billion or something that they gave to Democrats during the election.
It wasn't just Democrats.
Well, yes, Democrats and Republicans, but
yeah,
there were a lot of Democrats that got a lot of money from Sam Bankman-Fried's donations, laundered through his mom's dark money, super PAC, that basically gave all this money out.
Well, he was Biden's second biggest donor, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And so
but he also donated to a bunch of neocons too, like McCarthy and some other guys.
So of course he's trying to cozy up to him. I guess he's trying to get clemency amid a clemency push. This, I think, is a very bad look if it works. He might get out. There was speculation that he could have gotten a pardon from Biden last time before the end of Biden's administration. He didn't. I think that Sam Bankman-Fried is bad for everybody in general. And we don't want him to get we don't want him to get out early on good behavior.
It's only been like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, give him another 10 to 15 years, and then we can talk about. I mean, like, how long was the guy from what? Not was it? It wasn't Enron. What's the guy? You know which guy I'm talking about?
Bernie Madoff.
Yes. How Bernie Madoff?
He died in prison. Bernie Madoff died in prison.
How much years? How many years? Okay. He got 150 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Died in prison. See, like, you know what I'm saying? And Bernie Madoff, how much was it? The Ponzi scheme. So his death was on April 14th, 2021.
Yeah.
And the Securities and Trustee estimated actual direct losses to investors was 18 billion.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess what FTX was, let's see, FTX.
It doesn't even matter. You know what? I did my time. That little pansy can do his time.
Okay, so okay. No,
You
I
know?
agree. I agree.
You know, his sentence is a little, but not after 3 years. Not after 3
No,
years.
not after 3 years, for sure, for sure. So they say that 5 billion. Okay, so it said 5 billion in assets were recovered, 8 billion was missing. But the big thing here is that we're basically talking about $13 billion that was just like blatantly lied and fraud, like that people were defrauded of. They were told their deposits were their deposits, and they were playing the meme coin casino with their.
Well, like a lot of those deposits were like deposited straight into Alameda.
Yes.
You know, so that's wild, right?
Yeah.
Freaking wild.
Absolutely crazy. So, I mean, I think that, you know, we can revisit this clemency thing in 10 years.
There you go.
And then maybe
That's a good round number. That's a good round number.
Maybe whoever is in you know, but I will say that I would change my tone on how I feel about Sam Bankman-Fried if his parents, which are obviously the orchestrators and the architects of like the entire fraud, because I mean, there's so many reasons why it's not him solely responsible for everything. He was just the face. But if his parents were to go down and then take massive charges, I would be okay with him getting a little bit of leniency and getting out. You know.
Well, yeah, I agree to that. I don't think, because he's definitely on the spectrum.
Yes.
The dude is definitely on the spectrum. So I do feel that he was probably taken advantage of, you know, because supposedly he was some altruistic, you know, this and that. He still drove a Corolla, you know, but he was zooted out of his mind, just having wild orgies, playing League of Legends, and there's still got to be accountability.
He bought a $45 million mansion in the Bahamas for his nerd friends, and they had a psychiatrist on staff to prescribe them amphetamines.
Yeah,
I mean, look, you know, I'm not gonna say that I couldn't lose myself in a $45 million mansion with a psychiatrist that was just prescribing me amphetamines for like an indefinite amount of time. But what I'm saying is that's not okay. Like it shouldn't be okay if the 45 million is everybody else's money. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole thing. Very, very crazy. That was such a crazy time in crypto, just such a crazy time, period. Absolutely ridiculous. We touched on this already. The FOMC minutes hint at the end of quantitative tightening. This is so bullish for what's going on in the crypto market. I've seen people be very skeptical about how things are going to unfold because we don't have all the money printing. And we don't have all the money printing. But this time we might get it back. And then once that debt ceiling raises $4 trillion, like money printer go burr. Like, let's go. Crazy.
Yeah, that's true. You know, supposedly, so they haven't talked. They didn't say. They left it open for a couple rate cuts this year, like 2 or 3 rate cuts. It did say something about how they were going to quit deleveraging their risk assets because they've been selling off. I can't remember what they call them, but they've been selling off risk assets for quite a while now. And they're going to quit doing that. And then they opened it up for possibilities of 2 to 3 rate cuts this year. So we'll see. I don't think we'll get one in March, but hey, we might get one in April. That'd be a nice little,
So here, I'm gonna put a little water on the bullish parade that I was just happening, or that I was just having. Right. So what it is so COVID, right? All in money printing during COVID totaled for 13 trillion.
Oh yeah.
And then, so there's actually like a list here. I can't until I go into it, but it said in 2020 alone, the U.S. Federal Reserve printed more than 3 trillion. So basically, what we're gonna need is, if we're printing 4 trillion by raising the debt ceiling, we need the other catalysts, so that way we have at least $13 trillion of money printed over this bull market and see what happened. And so what happened to Caroline Ellison? That is a good question.
I'm pretty sure she got sentenced. I mean, I know she turned state's evidence on a bunch of people. Well, especially on Sam. I don't know if she's still fighting or if she actually got sentenced yet.
So I got it. Caroline was sentenced to 2 years in prison for her role in the FTX fraud. She was sentenced on September 24, 2024 in Manhattan Federal Court. Yeah.
Yeah, she got a sweet deal. 2 years. Blamed everything on her lover. You know?
Yeah. She was a key prosecution witness against Sam Bankman-Fried in his trial. Judge Lewis Kaplan cited Ellison's very, very substantial cooperation. Very, very substantial cooperation. I will tell you what.
3 qualifiers in front of the cooperation. 3 of them.
Yeah. I will say that if somebody says very, very cooperative, and then you're in jail for 2 years, and that statement is public, oof.
What does it say? Oof. I think on some level, my brain can't even truly comprehend the scale of the harm it caused. That doesn't mean I don't try. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
So you know how many freaking courtroom statements I've witnessed in person of people just like apologizing and begging, and because even if you accept a plea agreement, you still got to give a statement of the facts and all that. I'm so sorry, and blah 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 blah. People are only sorry when they get caught. Yeah. I wasn't sorry till I got caught.
Yeah, right. 100%. Yeah. So then Bitcoin Times tells us about this. Montana becomes the 4th U.S. state to advance Bitcoin reserve bill to the House.
Let's go.
Shout out to Montana. That's bullish. We love it. Satoshi Action Fund. Yeah, the Satoshi Action Fund is a activist group that has been pushing a lot of this legislation across the country. They have a lot of money, and they probably only have 10,000 or more Bitcoin between the people. So they're not doing bad. They got a whole bunch of money. So this is awesome, bullish. We love that. Shout out to Montana.
This is weird because Montana is filled with nothing but Democrats and cowboys. And Democrats aren't usually pro crypto, and I don't think cowboys think too much about crypto.
I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
So Caroline Unlock is in 2026.
Yeah, the Caroline Unlock is in 2026. So all I'm saying is, maybe we'll do something on that day specifically to acknowledge that's what's going on. We'll tell everybody to take profits.
There you go.
Anyways, so Illuvium, I love Illuvium. I think that what they're building is cool, but this is obvious. Gaming projects have so much problems with this. Money is tough. It's very expensive to build very high quality things. Illuvium was one that I thought was kind of an OG that had a lot of really cool things under their belt already. But Illuvium Ethereum Game Studio undergoes restructuring or rebuild. After releasing 3 titles last year, the studio behind Illuvium game franchise has restructured to extend its runway. And they have to, right? They have to get rid of a bunch of people. They have to cut all their expenses that they can. Games are super, super expensive. But, yeah, they put out a statement. Illuvium is a project I was bullish on. Alex Becker's been bullish on Illuvium. So, be careful out there. Gaming projects. Ella, you looking for a new girl, Third Patriot? At least she has money and loves crypto. It's true.
That's right.
That's true. So start sending her letters in jail now, Send them postcards. I'm sure she'll read them. She has time. Anyways, I have a few others, but for the most part, let's see. Yeah, for the most part, let's call it. That's it. We're at the hour. Here's the other thing. Libra's collapse becomes Solana's biggest scandal since FTX. How Jupiter and Meteora left retail wrecked. And they basically talk about how they sniped the LP early, how there were problems in the code of pump.fun that everybody was exploiting. And she definitely has skills and knows how to attend to many people's needs all at the same time.
Yeah.
So she's good at multitasking. She's good at multitasking. Anyways, Libra's collapse, becomes the biggest problem in Solana. And I think that this, we're still going to be watching this fallout, I think, over the next 4 years for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think it's massive. I mean, we still haven't heard a statement from the president of Argentina. So I'm excited to see what is.
He's at CPAC right now, and it's just business as usual. No statement, no nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not going to be a statement. It'll be like, oh, my Twitter got hacked.
No, well, he did in the very beginning. I did think he said something about like, well, I didn't promote it. I just tweeted about it or something like that.
100%.
Who knows?
But there we go. That's all she wrote, guys. Happy Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow morning, I will be talking to Sabina. Sabina is an OG gangster when it comes to Web3 marketing, has worked with some of the biggest projects, one of which is IOHK, Meta, and a bunch of other really awesome big companies. So I'm excited to ask her what advice she has for Web3 projects, right? When it comes to marketing. And how do you get through? How do you break through that barrier, right? And what makes it different from Web 2, right? To me, I think the hardest part about Web 3 is both targeting a Web 3 audience with the culture that we have, while also speaking to the Web 2 audience in a way that makes sense to them. Because you can't really talk about crypto and blockchain. You really just have to be like, this thing makes your life easier because you will enjoy the experience of this because upgrading the internet is what I think that everybody should be talking about. I don't think that we should be talking about blockchain, decentralized encryption, right? Security, like a commercial like the one that was for Midnight. If there were a commercial for blockchain, it was basically like, how many times has all your information been stolen? This network is putting your information in your hands, giving you control over your data, unlike ever before. Done. And Desert Shirt is tripping me out.
I know. I noticed that for whatever reason, the green screen, even though it's white, oh no, I guess it is kind of green. I'm kind of colorblind, so maybe it is a little green, but yeah. I will not be wearing this shirt again.
Well, but that's all she wrote, folks. Love you guys. I'm going to try to drag my wife to the beach. I'm trying to catch the whole beach on fire. I've been having a real big fun time doing this. I just like watching the beach burn, I'll send some pictures in general chat. So peace out, everybody. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. PST. Tomorrow, we will be joined by Aaron and Desert may not be
I
here.
will be gone. I will not be here tomorrow. I'll post the DCA update in general chat, possibly. If not, we'll go over it Monday. But I will still be DCAing $100 in tomorrow. So I really kind of like the market to just hold off until the morning.
Yes.
Hold off until the morning. I was going to DCA in today, but I was like, no, it's supposed to DCA. It's on a specific time and day every week. So hopefully we just hold off until I DCA. Then it can take off.
Yep. So final thoughts. Shout out to Promo Facey. Shout out to Rarivo. Use discount code Crypto Nightly. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Right. Hit the notification bell. Do all that. If you're on Twitter, hop over there. Share it from Crypto Nightly's account. Go over on YouTube. Give us a like. Love it. Auto DCA. Love it.
I don't use the auto DCA because I don't DCA into one specific coin every week. So I transfer money in. Plus, we use KuCoin, so it's not like I have an on-ramp. So I transfer in $100. I look at our Coinstats, see where we're at, and then that's how I decide what I'm going to put money into.
But thank you all. It's been a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night. Me and Aaron will be here. And hopefully this weekend we'll have some cool interviews for you guys. Make sure you're following us on TikTok. It's been going, man. TikTok's been going. Peace. Good night. Love you all.